Good morning, Aura 7 family. Here is Francesca. It's Tuesday 10 a.m. You're here live on Instagram every Tuesday and every Saturday at 10 a.m. You're doing a live class. So welcome. Nice to see you. All right, so we're going to get going onto our mats. If you need to grab any props, grab 2 blocks, grab a strap, and when you're ready, let's head over to our mats. So we're going to start onto our backs. So when you come to your mat, bend your knees, place the soles of the feet onto the mat, then roll slowly all the way back down to the mat. Then bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees to fall out to the side. Sway your knees to the right, to the left, massage out your lower back. Then pause, just let your knees naturally open up to the side. Let your inner thighs, inner groins gently open up. Place the left palm onto your heart, place the right palm onto your belly, tuck the chin to the chest, lengthen through the cervical spine, and close your eyes. Shifting the focus to the breath, taking slow inhales through the nose, and slow exhales out through the nose. Starting the process of slowing down the breath, slowing down the mind. Getting out from the busy monkey mind, chattery busy monkey mind, and shifting your focus to your breath. Feeling the body from the inside. Taking a moment to connect to every single inch of your body. From the toes to the crown of the head into the fingertips. Everything is relaxed, softening down towards the earth. Now take a deep inhale in through the nose, fill up the lungs all the way to the top, hold it at the top. Sip a little more in, really fill up the lungs to the very top. Then open your mouth, audible exhale. Side out, let it go. One more time, deep inhale through the nose. Pulling the air as deep as you can. Imagine that you can pull it a little deeper all the way down into the pelvic floor. Hold it there. Sip a little more in. Hold it there. Sip a little more in. Then open your mouth and a nice audible release as you let it out. Let it all go. Seal the lips. Continue the breath in and out through the nose. Turn the head to the right. Turn the head to the left. Then gently close the knees. And bring the knees all the way to your chest. Placing the hands on the top of the knees. Drawing some circles with the knees, moving around in your hips, in your groins, in your lower back. And then coming to a gentle happy baby as you bring the ankles right over the knees. Just grab behind the knees and pull the knees into the shoulder socket, out to the side. Try to keep the lower back down to the mat. Try to keep the chin tucked into the chest. Good. If you want to go a little bit more intense, reach from the inside of the knees and grab the outer arches of the feet. But still, can you keep the lower back down onto the mat? Can you keep the chin tucked into the chest? Good job. Release the sole of the left foot down to the mat. Keep a nice bend into the right knee and then gently grabbing behind the right knee, pulling the right shin closer to the chest. Keeping the neck long, keeping the focus on the breath. Keeping the muscles around the face nice and soft. You can keep the left knee bent or you can reach the left heel all the way forward, keeping the activation in the left foot, pressing the left heel all the way forward as you softening the back of the left knee down to the mat, pointing the left toes up to the ceiling. Then bend your right leg and then bring the right leg over to the left. Bring your right arm into a goalpost and gaze over the right shoulder. Deep inhale through the nose, find more length through the spine. Exhale, soften the belly and let your right knee fall out to the left side even more as you keep the right shoulder heavy onto the mat. And then come back to center. This time place the sole of the right foot down to the mat and lift up the left leg. As you soften the left knee, gently pull the left shin closer to the face. Keeping the muscles around the face nice and soft. With each inhale, finding more length. With each exhale, softening the left shin closer to the face. Keeping the right knee bent or maybe reaching the right heel all the way forward. Oopsie. Pointing the right toes to the ceiling. Gently softening the back of the right knee down to the mat. Deep inhale and exhale. Bend your left knee. And bring the left knee out to the right side. Bring your left arm into a goalpost. Deep inhale as you lengthen through the spine. And exhale as you drop the left knee down closer to the mat and feel that nice opening through the whole spine. And come back to center. Hug the knees back to your chest, giving yourself a nice little squeeze, a nice little hug. Wrap the forearms around the shins and bring the forehead up to your knee. Crunch up all the way. Good. Now keep the shoulder blades lifted. Reach the fingertips forward and bring your knees right over the hips. Now you're going to start to feel that lower belly muscle really turning on. Pull the belly into the spine. See if you can crunch up 1 more inch. Now reach your right leg forward as you keep the left knee bent. And then exhale, switch. Left leg forward, right knee comes back. Exhale, switch. And exhale, switch. Now keep the right knee bent. Interlock the hands. Staple grip. Release the index finger across your thumbs and reach to the outside of the right leg. If you want a little more intensifying this pose, then straighten the right leg and reach all the way out to the outside of the right ankle and hold it there. With the next exhale, lift a little higher. With the next exhale, lift a little higher and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend your right leg if it's straight. Then switch out the legs, right leg forward, left knee bent. Crunch up to the outside of the left knee. Hold it there or straighten out to the left leg and reach all the way up to the outside of the left ankle. Softening the muscles around the face. Exhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, lift a little higher. And hold it there for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend the left leg and then send the left leg to meet the right. Hold it there. Point the toes or flex the feet. Keep the legs active for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay down onto your back. Good job. Bend your knees. Bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat. But separate your feet all the way mat distance apart and let your knees to fall out to the left. Bring your right arm into a goalpost and maybe cross the left ankle on top of the right knee to press the right knee further down to the mat. Good job. Come back to center. Feet are still mat distance apart. Drop the knees to the right. Left arm goes into goalpost and then maybe if you did that on the other side, cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Good. Then come back to center. Hug the knees back to your chest. Grab behind the knees. Start to rock and roll back and forth a couple of times. Maybe go into almost a plow pose, sitting up almost in boat pose, and cross the ankles and make your way all the way into tabletop position, all fours. Going through a couple cats and cows just to massage out the spine. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone to the sky. Exhale, round, tuck the chin to the chest. Again, inhale, lift up the gaze, and exhale, round, tuck the chin to the chest. Okay, then come back into a neutral tabletop position. Inhale your right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle, bring the right shoulder, right ear down to the mat. Lift up the left arm to the sky, bend your elbow, reach back behind your back. Roll the left shoulder up to the ceiling. Feel that nice twist in your belly into your waistline. Then hold it here or maybe play with a little leg lift, taking the left foot, maybe the left knee away from the mat, and then maybe stretch it all the way back to the ceiling. If you want to come into a little Shavasana, you can bend the top leg and reach back for your foot or ankle. And gently release. Release the knee down to the mat, open from the bind, press the left palm down to the earth. Inhale your right arm high to the sky. Exhale, back down all the way into that tabletop. One more round of cat and cow. Drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, gaze back to the navel, push the earth away. Come back to center. Inhale the left arm high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, left shoulder, left ear comes down to the mat. Lift up the right arm, bend the elbow, reach back behind your back, find a half bind. Stay here or pick up your right foot, right knee, and then stretch it all the way back to the ceiling. Keep your right glute engaged. Point the right toe or maybe bend your right leg and reach back for your foot or ankle, Shavasana. Focusing on the breath wherever you are. If you have the foot, slowly release. Bring your knee down to the mat, open up from the bind. Push the earth away with the right palm. Inhale the left arm high to the sky. Exhale, come on back onto your hands and knees. Stay in tabletop position. Just tuck your toes under and lift your knees about an inch or two away from the mat. Stretching out the feet, turning on the core muscles, keeping the spine nice and long. Try not to sink into your wrist or your elbows or shoulder joints. Push the earth away, slightly round through the upper spine, but keep reaching the sternum forward so your spine stays nice and long, the back of the neck stays nice and long. And exhale, come into a downward facing dog. Lift the hips high, maybe walk your feet a little wider, or maybe walk the feet a little bit further back on your mat. Find your ideal downward facing dog. Soften the knees, lengthen through the spine, wrap the triceps down, spin the biceps to the ceiling. And maybe slowly, throughout the next couple of breaths, see if you can soften the backs of the knees towards the back of the mat to open up through the backs of the legs. Feeling the nice stretch in the hamstrings without giving up on the length of the spine. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step your feet behind your wrist. Come on into ragdoll. Your feet your feet should be about like hip distance apart. Maybe you can go all the way mat distance apart and grab onto opposite elbows. Sway your body to the left, to the right. Tuck the chin to the chest. Bring your hands behind your lower back. Interlock the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades. Then slowly start to lift the fist up to the ceiling. See if you can bring the heels of the hands together, so the entire palms pressing together. Lift the fist up to the sky. Soften the crown of the head down to the earth. Okay, then rebend the elbows. Just switch the interlock. Place the opposite index finger on top. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And slowly as you squeeze in the entire palm together, even the heels of the hands together, lift the fist away from the glutes. Drop the crown of the head down. Shift the body a bit more into your toe mats. Release the hands down to the mat. Toe heel your feet together, big toes to touch, heels to touch. Slide your hands up onto the shin bone and create a flat spine here. Pull the belly in, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Tuck the chin to the chest so the neck is part of the spine. It's nice and long. Then exhale, keep all that length, fold forward. Tuck the chin to the chest, bring the forehead down to your shins. Maybe then grab behind the heels and then wrap the forearms behind the calves. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky, rise up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, lift up the arms. Find a baby back bend, goal pose the arms. Push the hips forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up the chest. Find a strong core here, long spine. Exhale, fold in nice and deep. Inhale, reach the arms again up to the ceiling. Rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands come back to your heart, Samastitihi. Inhale, lift up the arm. Find a baby back bend, goal pose the arm, push the hips forward. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, fold. Come on, all the way down. Inhale, Ardha. And exhale, fold. One more last time. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, rise up. Keep the belly strong. Exhale, hands come down, back to your heart. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, goal pose the arms. Find a deeper back bend. Keep the legs engaged, glutes engaged. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms and step back into a high plank position, top of a push-up. Keep your shoulders over the wrists. Push the earth away without sinking into the shoulder joints. Keep your legs super strong, lifting the kneecaps away from the mat. Wrap the tricep muscles back and spin your biceps forward. Now pull the belly into the spine. Lift up the front ribs away from the mat. Hug the ribs around the spine. Hold it here for a deep inhale and exhale. Now hold it here for a couple more breaths, or bring your feet closer together and then pick up your right foot, point the right toes without dropping the belly, keeping both legs strong. Release the right foot down to the mat. Now pick up the left foot, point the left toes, reach with the chest forward. Try not to go back into a downward facing dog. Release the left foot down to the mat. Now knees down to the mat, come on all the way down onto your belly. Palms underneath the shoulders, or maybe a little bit further back behind. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Press down through the tops of your feet. Neck is long. Inhale. Lift up your chest. Exhale. Come on back down to the mat. Bring the arms by your side. Thumbs out. Palms down. Inhale. Lift up the chest. Hold it here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then pick up your feet, keeping the legs straight. Reaching the energy back into your big toes all the way behind you. Then pick up the palms. Separate the fingers to feel that energy in the arms. Neck is still long, gazing down. Interlock the hands behind your back. Lift the fist away from the glutes. Maybe lift up the legs a little higher. Maybe one more rib goes away from the mat. And exhale, come on back down. Place your hands next to your floating ribs. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Feet are hip distance apart. Press down to the tops of your feet. And slowly rise up into an upward facing dog. Maybe lifting the thighs and the knees away from the mat. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. And exhale back Downward facing dog, hips high through the sky. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale. Slowly let it out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Feet are together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, mat fold. Bend your knees. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift up the arms. Sit down deep. Your toes should hang over the knee line. So gaze down and check onto the toes. If they not be in front of the knee line, that means you have to send those knees back. Really use the hip, glute, and thigh muscles. Now pull the belly into the spine. Get the big curve out of the lower back. Then turn the pinkies towards each other and soften the inner shoulders away from the ears. Now focus on the breath. With each inhale, encourage the length of the spine. And with each exhale, see if you can sit down just a little deeper. Feeling the body weight mostly in your heels and also in your big toe and pinky toe mount. But your toes are light. Deep inhale. Sit down deeper. Exhale. Again, deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up your heart. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into a high plank. Pause there. Bring your feet together. Side plank, Vashisthasana. Left arm high, right arm down. Stack the left hip on top of the right hip. Flex your feet. Lift the energy up into the left fingers. Good. Come back to center. Holding your high plank or add an optional chaturanga push-up. Back into your high plank. Feet together, roll to the other side. Reach your right arm high to the sky. Lift out from your left wrist, left shoulder. Reach up to the right fingers. Squeeze the outer hips like you're squeezing a block in between the inner thighs. Good, then come back to center. Optional chaturanga push-up. Back to your high plank. Then downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Inhale your right leg halfway up, point the right toes down. Exhale, bring the knee to your nose, round through the spine. Hold it here. Gaze back to your navel. Reach your sternum, the chest more forward, but pull the right knee as high as you can. Gaze back to the navel, hold it here. Then just gaze forward and step the right foot in between the palms. Turn the back heel down for warrior one and pause here. Your fingertips are still down onto the mat. Your back leg is strong. The outer arch of the left foot is pressing down to the mat. Now pull the right hip back into its socket, into the center line. Root down through the back heel. Turn on the core and inhale, lift up, warrior one. Turn the left hip forward. Pull the right hip back. Straighten out with the back leg. Really feel the connection with that back heel. Deep inhale. Bend your right knee a little bit more as you exhale. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands behind your back. Interlock the hands, lift up your chest. Pull the right hip back, keep the back leg strong. Exhale, fold forward, reach the chest forward. Pulling the right hip actively back. And turn the chest out to the left. Hold the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. And then turn the chest down towards the mat. Let the crown of the head fall down to the earth. Squeezing the hands together again. Squeeze the heels of the hands together as you lift the fist high to the sky. Good, inhale, rise up, warrior one. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Go through your vinyasa, high to low plank. Skipping the vinyasas are absolutely fine. Especially if you feel it in your shoulders or in your wrists. Just simply make your way back into your down dog. Inhale your left leg halfway up, point the left toes down, level out through the hips. Exhale, pull the knee to your nose, gaze back to your navel. Lift the left knee even higher. Reach the chest forward. Lift the knee higher and hold it here. Feel those deep abdominal muscles turning on. Your breath is still fluid. Then gaze forward. Step the left leg all the way forward in between the hands. Low lunge. Then turn the back heel down and pause. Come up onto your fingertips. Pull the left hip back. Feel the connection with your right foot. Press the outer arch of the right foot down to the earth as you lift the inner right knee away from the mat. Now turn on the core. Inhale, rise up into your warrior one. First, work on the hips. Before you're gonna bend your left knee really deep, maybe come out from the pose a little bit more. Give yourself a little more room. Then turn the right hip forward, pull the left hip back. Really feel the engagement in the back leg, lifting the right inner knee away from the mat. Now keeping all that, lifting up from the lower back, see if you can bend your front knee a little bit more. And just breathe in and out through the nose, slow breath. Bring the arms by your side, interlock the hands, but this time try to place the opposite index finger on top. Find a baby back bend as you lift up your heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold forward and pause. Pull the left hip back. Now really straighten out through the right leg and press the outer arch of the right foot down to the mat. Deep inhale, then exhale, turn the chest, hook the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee, then turn the chest down and let the crown of the head to fall down to the mat. Tuck the chin to the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the fist high. Inhale, rise back up, warrior one, nice and strong, nice and slow, moving with the breath. Exhale, heads come down to the mat. Go through your vinyasa, high to low. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. This time point the right toe lifted a little higher. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right tricep. Squeeze it in. Now slide it down to the right wrist. And then slide it back as you exhale to the armpit. And keep going. Slide it to the wrist. And slide it high. Slide it down, inhale. Exhale, pull it up. Slide it down, inhale. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through into a low lunge. Keep your back heel lifted this time. And inhale, rise up into high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Bring the arms by your side, turn the palms forward, then lean forward with your chest. Pull the right hip back and make your left leg like an extension of your spine. Making it nice and strong, pushing down into the left big toe mound. So you're really reaching the sternum forward. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, left palm comes down, right arm comes high to the sky. Turn and twist in your waistline. Come up onto your left fingertips. Then use your strong core as you rise up into a vertical twist. Then bring the right arm to the back of the left leg and lift the left arm high to the sky. Come back into a vertical twist. Bring the palms together. And then lean forward, hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And twist. Try not to twist in your heels, so make sure that the left heel is pointing straight back behind you. You're twisting in your waistline. Deep inhale as you lengthen through the back of the leg, through the whole spine. And exhale as you soften the belly and twist. Then gaze forward. Shift the body weight forward into the right foot. And step the left foot next to the right for a little chair twist here. Place your right palm for a second onto your lower back sacrum. Make sure you're not rounding in your lower back. Your lower back is nice and long. You're pulling the belly in. Make sure your hips are level. You're not twisting in your hips. And then also make sure that your knees are all together. And join the palms together and take 3 more breaths here. Maybe drop down a little bit deeper. Constantly encourage the length of the spine. Deep inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, come on into chair pose. Utkatasana, lift up the arms. Exhale, fold forward, straighten out through the legs. And coming into a little crow pose, prep, crow pose, or maybe a malasana. If you want to come into crow pose, plant the palms down onto the mat, shoulder distance apart, lift the hips high. Place your knees onto your triceps. That's going to be your first little game. Can you place the knees onto the triceps? If you have that connection, you can see if you can wrap the triceps back, spin the biceps forward, and then just as like a little teeter-totter, pressing forward and pressing back. And maybe you can press so much forward, then you're going to be able to pick up your feet and balance in your crow pose. Turn on your core muscle, round through the upper spine. Focus on your deep breath in and out through the nose. You can come back into your crow, from your crow, just to simply release the feet down to the mat. Or you can jump back into a low chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale. Back to your downward facing dog, starting over on the left side. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Point the toe, lift it nice and high all the way to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bring the left knee to the left tricep. Squeeze it all the way in. Inhale, lower it to the wrist. Exhale, pull it back to the armpit. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, pull it back. Work on that left oblique. Inhale, down. And exhale, back one more. Inhale, down. And exhale back. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step the left leg all the way between the palms, low lunge. Keep your back heel lifted. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Find a high crescent lunge, back heel is lifted, all 10 toes are facing forward. Deep, slow inhale. Bend your left knee a little bit more, pull the left hip back. Bring the arms by your side, turn the palms forward, squeeze the shoulder blades, then slowly start to reach the chest forward. Pull the left hip back, energize through the right leg. Lift the right kneecap away from the mat and reach your chest forward. Focus on the breath, squeeze the shoulder blades, turn on the tricep muscles. Reach the crown of the head forward. Make sure the neck stays nice and long. The muscles around the face stay soft. I know, so much to think about. Then twist right palm down, left arm comes high to the sky. First, focus onto your back heel, making sure your right heel is not falling out to the side. Your right heel is pointing straight back behind you. Now find your connection with your right wrist, right shoulder. Instead of sinking into that, can you lift up and use the energy in the left fingers to almost reaching you up, pulling you up to the ceiling. Then come up onto your right fingertips, spider fingers, turn on the core muscles, and slowly rise up into that vertical twist. Whew. Deep inhale, exhale, twist. Release the left arm, the back of the right leg, and reach the right arm high to the sky. Lift up from the waistline. Deep inhale, stay here. Exhale, go deeper. And come back into that vertical twist. Bring the hands all the way to your heart. Stay in the twisted pose. Then lean forward and hold the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Again, what happened to your right heel? Did the right heel fall out all the way to the right side, or is it straight, or is it still pointing straight back behind you? Then pull the left hip back. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the back leg. Exhale, twist. Good job. Now gaze down to your left big toe. Shift the body weight all the way forward. Then step the right foot next to the left and come on into a chair twist. Again, just for a second, place the left palm this time onto your lower back sacrum, making sure the lower back is nice and long. The body weight goes back into your heels. Your hips are not twisted and your knees are still in one line. Then join the palms and take 3 more breaths here. Each inhale you encourage the length of the spine, and each exhale you twist a little deeper. Inhale, come on back up, chair pose Utkatasana, and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. All right, second set of crow pose, crow prep, or just a simple Malasana if you prefer. This time, if you have crow pose in your practice, I encourage you to go down into a tripod headstand and come back into crow pose if you can. So go into your crow, tuck the chin to the chest, and then slowly lower the crown of the head down to the mat. Feel that tripod. If you don't feel the tripod, if you don't feel safe, if you feel too much pressure onto your neck, do not go up. But if you feel fine, turn on the core, turn on the legs, and lift the legs up to the ceiling. Legs stay strong the whole time. If you're in your tripod headstand, you can flex, point your feet, doesn't matter, just keeping the legs strong like you're squeezing the block in between the inner thighs. And then if you want to try, you can come back into crow pose, placing the knees back onto your triceps. Squeeze your belly. With the next exhale, see if you can just lift up your head, come back into your crow pose, and shoot your legs back behind you for your chaturanga. You can skip all that and do a simple Malasana if that serves you better today. Come back into your downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, or the halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Chair pose Utkatasana, lift up the arms. Sit down deep in your chair, bring the hands to your heart center. Lift up your heels. Try to keep the heels and the big toes to touch as you slowly drop the thighs deeper. Focus on your breath, pause here, and hold. Stretching out the feet, strengthening the feet, strengthening the thighs. Deep inhale, exhale, slowly drop the hips all the way down to your heels, and then drop the knees in front of you. I'm gonna scooch back. So your toes feel tucked under. If they not, make them tuck under. I always have to fix this little pinky toe here. All right, so try to keep the heels closer together, the inner heels closer together, the big toes to touch as you sit onto your heels. Hands can stay on your thighs here. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together slightly onto your back. Keep that nice length through the spine. Pull the belly in. And focus on the breath. Now interlock the hands in front of you. Turn the palms inside out. Press the palms forward. Soften the inner shoulders away from the ears. Press the index finger knuckle forward. And then slowly start to lift up the arms without pushing the front ribs forward or letting the belly to come forward. Keep the length in the spine. So your maximum length or height may be just right here, and that's perfectly fine. You may be able to bring the arm all the way up and overhead, but keep encouraging the knuckles of the index finger to turn up to the ceiling. And softening the inner shoulders away from the ears. Slowly release the arms. Switch to interlock, place the opposite, the upward index finger on top, turn the palms inside out, soften the inner shoulders away from the ears, elbows as straight as you can make them, and slowly with the breath, without pushing the front ribs forward, lift the palms up to the ceiling. Pause where you need to pause, and then maybe through the next couple breaths, you can still turn the index finger knuckle up to the ceiling and lift the palms all the way over the head. Then slowly release. Hands come in front of you. Lift up from this pose. Place the tops of your feet onto the mat. And just tap them down a couple of times. Sending the fresh blood into the toes, into the feet. Good job. Now, swing the legs out to the side and sit down onto your mat. We're going to come into boat pose. Navasana. Grab behind the knees. Roll back. Keep the spine long. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then lift up your feet. Try to make the shins parallel to the mat. Flexing the feet, and then fix your back again. So if you start to round here, focus onto the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Like there's a hook onto your chest, that sounds very creepy. And the hook is lifting you up here, so you can squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the fingers behind the knees if that serves you, or maybe release them and turn the palms towards each other as you reach the fingers forward. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. You can stay here for the next 3 breaths, or you can start to work on straightening out through those legs. Flex or point the feet. Hold it here for 3, for 2, and together we're going to go down into Ardha Navasana, low boat pose. You can keep the legs straight if they were straight in your boat pose, or you can rebend them as you go down. But when you get there, straighten the legs. Now turn on the thighs, pull the belly in, keep the shoulder blades away from the mat, reach the fingers forward. Deep inhale. As you exhale, sit up, bring the fingers behind the ears and turn to the right as you bend your right knee. Come back down slowly into your low boat pose and exhale, come on back up. If this is too much, you can always twist a little bit with the hands come behind your back and twist. And down as you inhale, how slow you can move. Exhale, twist. Inhale, slowly come down. Exhale, slowly come up. Inhale, down. Exhale up, inhale down, and last one, exhale up. Come back into that low boat, hold it there, 5, 4, 3, 2, come back into boat pose. Keep the knees bent or straighten those legs and hold here, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down into your low boat pose. Hold it here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, down onto the mat. All right, lift the legs up to the ceiling. Bring your hands by your side. Maybe place the thumbs underneath the lower back. Now, instead of bringing the legs close to the face, see if you can keep the heels right over the hips. Cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Good. Now, squeeze the shoulder blades a little closer together. Pull the belly in. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under and lift up the hips. Good. Press down through the palms. Help a little bit. Hold it there. Soften the muscles around the face. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So it's way easier to swing the legs up over the head, or try to just lift them straight up to the ceiling. Then switch. Left ankle comes in front of the right ankle. Shoulder blades together. Press down through the palms. Tug the tailbone under. Exhale. Lift up the hips and hold. Soften the muscles around the face and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Hug the knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Good. Start to rock and roll back and forth onto your mat. And then see if you can come up all the way into your chair pose without touching the mat with your hands. All the way. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Hold it here. Tuck the tailbone under. Sit down deep. And slowly straighten out through the legs, arms reaching all the way to the sky. We're coming into a one-legged Tadasana. Left leg lifts up. Left leg lifts up. Bring the left knee aligned with the left hip, flex the left foot, tuck the tailbone under, and make your standing right leg as strong as you can. Good. Now bring the hands to your heart center, cross the left ankle in front of the right, and sit down nice and deep for your figure four. Try to keep the hips level, flex the left foot towards the left knee, spine stays long. You can do any variations. You can just simply lean forward, bring the forearms onto your left shin. You can bring the fingertips down. You can always use two blocks here if that's too far. The ground is too far for your fingertips. Or you can go down all the way into your flying pigeon, hooking the left toes to the outside of the right tricep, maybe picking the right foot, and maybe stretching it all the way to the ceiling. And slowly come on back, all the way up. Reach the arms to the sky. Kick the left foot right in front of you. Tuck the tailbone under. Lean forward and up as you keep the standing leg strong and straight. Good, then rebend the left leg. Place the right hand onto your right hip. The left knee, left hand onto your left knee. Or you reach down and grab onto your left big toe, reaching from the inside of the left foot. Make your standing leg straight. You can choose to keep the knee bent, or you can choose to kick the left foot in front of you. Without leaning forward, keep the crown of the head balancing over the right heel. Deep inhale and exhale. Now slowly, without twisting in your hips, slowly bring the left leg out to the side. I'll show you from the side what I mean twisting in your hips. So instead of doing this kind of a pose, try to keep the hips level and just bringing it out from here. Pull the belly in. Deep inhale. Slowly bring the left leg back to center. Now if you have the knee, you can just simply grab the outside of the left knee and turn, bring the left hand behind you. Or if your left leg is straight, you can always grab the outer arch of the left foot and then twisting your upper body and your torso. Find your balance first. Feel how you're rooting down to the center of the right heel, right big toe, right pinky toe. Slowly come back to center. Good, hands come to your heart. And then lean forward, send the left leg back behind you. Warrior three. You can keep the hands at your heart center. You can also fly the arms by your side, turn the palms down, turn on the tricep muscles. Deep inhale through the nose. Hold it here, lengthen out from the spine, keep the belly strong. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, come on into a standing split. Start to walk your hands a little closer to the right foot. Maybe grab your right ankle with your right hand or with both hands. Pulling the forehead down to your right shin, lifting the left leg high. Maybe we're wrapping the right forearm behind the right calf. Then exhale, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Grab onto your big toes with the index finger and middle finger. Reach your crown of the head forward. And exhale, fold. Push the elbows out to the side. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. Let the crown of the head drop down to the mat as you soften the backs of the knees. And then slowly shifting the body weight more forward. Sending the hips right over the heels. Good job. Slowly release. Toe heel your feet together. Inhale, chair pose Utkatasana. Lift up the arms, belly is nice and strong. And then exhale, push into the heels, rise up all the way to center. Good, bring the hands to your heart center. Lift up this time your right leg. One-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts. Inhale the arms to the sky. Hold it here in your one-legged Tadasana. Right knee is aligned with the right hip. And bring the hands back to your heart, cross the right ankle on top of the left knee, and sit down into your little figure four here. Keep the hips level, flex the right foot towards the right knee, and again, any variation if you want to release the forearms down onto the right shin, or the fingertips down to the mat, encouraging the flat spine, the straight spine the whole time, or your palms can come down onto the mat, hooking the right toes into the left tricep, maybe just picking up your left foot just for a second, or if it goes well, maybe stretch it all the way to the ceiling. Good job, and slowly come on back. Back into that one-legged Tadasana. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Then kick the right foot in front of you. Try to straighten through the standing leg and maybe see if you can lift the right heel all the way hip height. Okay, then rebend your right leg. Place your right knee onto your right hand onto your right knee, your left hand onto your left hip. Or you can reach down, grab onto the right big toe. You can decide to kick the right foot in front of you, keeping the left leg, the standing leg straight. And then you can always keep a soft bend into your right leg. And maybe throughout the next couple breaths, you're able to straighten it all the way. Now slowly we're going to bring the right leg out to the side without lifting the right hip higher than the left hip. If you have the knee, you can always bring the knee out to the side. Deep, slow inhale and exhale. Then come back to center. If you have the knee, you're going to place the left hand to the outside of the right knee and reach the right arm back behind you. If you have the foot, you can grab the outer arch of the left foot with your outer arch of the right foot with the left fingers as you reach the right arm back behind you. Standing leg is straight. You can always soften your right leg, just as I am doing in this pose right now. I'm keeping a nice soft right knee, but my left leg is active. You come back to center. Bring the hands to your heart. Then reach the chest forward as you lift the right leg back behind you. Warrior 3, no room behind me. Hope you have more room behind you. You can keep the arms at your heart or you can reach the arms by your side. Pull the belly in, activate your back leg, point the right pinky toe down to the earth. Hug the left hip back into the center line. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, standing split. Bring the hands down to the mat. Lift the right leg high to the sky. You can walk your hands closer to the left foot, left ankle, maybe grab onto the left ankle, one or two hands. Activate your right glute to lift the right heel even higher. Deep inhale. Exhale. Come to the top of the mat, forward fold. Separate your feet, hip distance apart. Slide your hands all the way underneath your feet. Make sure your toes are touching your wrist crease. This is such a nice massage for your wrists, for your palms. Deep inhale, lift the chest up, reach the crown forward, exhale. Pull the belly in and pull the forehead in between the shins. Push the elbows out to the side. Then lift the shoulder blades away from the ears. Soften the knees and then slowly shifting the body a bit more forward into your toe mounts, placing more and more pressure onto your palms, onto your wrists. Good job, slowly release. Toe heel your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Place your hands onto your hips and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll up all the way into a standing position. Tree pose. Lift up the right foot, right heel. Turn the right knee out to the side. Keeping in a kickstand position, place it onto the right shin, or maybe lifting it all the way up into the right inner thigh, turning the right knee out to the side, tuck the tailbone under, bring the hands to your heart. Gaze forward, find a spot in front of you that does not move. Focus on that spot. Feel your navel, the connection with the center of the body. Keeping the hands at your heart or maybe reaching the arms to the ceiling. Maybe changing your gaze, lifting it up to the ceiling, to the sky. Maybe moving the arms around. And then come back, hands to your heart. And release the right foot next to the left. Keep this calmness, stay in Samasthiti. Hands at your heart. Slow breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. If your eyes are closed, open them up. Then lift up the left heel, turn the left knee out to the side, kickstand up. The only place I want you to avoid is the joints, so don't place it to the side of the knee. And then turn the left hip out, tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly in. Hands can stay at your heart center, or again, play with them. Bring the arms to the sky, or a reverse namaskar if you like. With challenging your gaze, you can also try to close your eyes. It's one of the most challenging for me. Just focusing on the breath. And And gently bring the hands back to your heart. Release the left foot next to the right. Samastiti. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha. Go through your vinyasa and make your way back into a downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Bend the right knee and let the right heel to fall over to the left side. Exhale, pull the right knee to the left tricep. Extend it out to the side. Falling star, reach the left arm high. Release the left palm down. Inhale your right leg back to the ceiling. Exhale, step it all the way through into a low lunge. Drop the left knee down. Point the left toes back. Inhale, lift up the arms. Soften the hips down to the earth. Lift up from the waistline. Exhale, left palm comes down to the mat. Right arm reaches back. Bend your back leg. Reach back for your foot or ankle if it's available. Roll the right shoulder back. Release the back foot. Hands down onto the mat. Shift the body weight back. Straighten out through the right leg. Come into a half split, or if full split is in your practice, you can head over there too. Flexing the right foot towards the face to keeping that nice stretch throughout the entire right leg, right calf. And come back to center. Toe heel the right foot out to the left side. Drop the right shin down. Come on into half pigeon. Or come into any other hip opener you like to go. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, soften yourself. The chest down towards the mat. Keep your shoulders relaxed. The muscles around the face relaxed. Soften the right outer hip. Allow the whole body to melt, to open up, to soften. Letting go of all the tension, the anxiety, the depression, whatever is heavy in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, in your life, just let it go. There's only one thing right now, your beautiful breath and yourself onto your mat. And then gently start to come on back onto your palms. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, release it down to the earth. Inhale your left leg high, bend the knees, stagger the hips, feel that opening in your hips. Exhale, bring the left knee out to the right. Touch the right elbow, then extend it out to the side for your falling star. Inhale, right arm high to the sky. Release it down. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it all the way through into a low lunge. Drop the right knee down, point the right toes back. Soften the hips, inhale the arms up to the sky. Lift up from the waistline, take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Right palm down, left arm goes back behind you. Bend your back leg and kick it into your palm. Open up through the left shoulder. Good job, slowly release. Shift the body weight back, come on into the half split pose. Ardha Hanumanasana. Pull the left thigh bone back into its socket. Flex the left foot. Reach the sternum, the chest forward. Deep inhale. Exhale. Rebend your left leg. Start to toe heel the left foot out to the right edge of the mat. Drop the left shin. Point the right toes back. Lift up the chest. Deep inhale. And exhale. Slowly come on down to the earth. Soften everything down. Three more breaths. Softening the shoulders, the hips, the muscles around the face, the eyelids. Allowing the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. And gently start to come on back onto your palms. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the left leg high to the sky. And exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees down to the earth. Swing the legs out to the side. Drop the hips down. Reach your legs all the way forward. Sit in Dandasana. Flex your feet. Pull the belly in. Inhale the arms to the sky. Soften the knees as much as you need to create a nice long spine. Then exhale. Keep all that length in the spine. Reach forward and fold all the way forward for your Paschimottanasana. It's a great place to use straps to encourage the length of the spine. Or if you are super flexy, you can grab a block. Place it at the soles of the feet. Wrap the wrist around the block. And then softening the knees down, finding more length through the spine, through the backs of the legs. But remember, no forcing, just allowing. Then slowly rise back up. Bend your knees. Reach the arms forward. Slowly roll all the way back down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees to fall out to the side, just as we started our class. Place the left palm onto your heart, the right palm onto your belly. Tuck the chin to the chest. You can stay here for your Shavasana, or if you prefer to stretch the legs in front of you, arms by your side, you can do that as well. Come back to that steady, slow breath in and out through the nose. Take another moment to scan the body, making sure that every single inch of your body is relaxing. Soften the belly. Relax the breath. Let go of the breath control. Just take rest. Find your minds wandering around, just gently re-guide your focus back to your breath. If you like to stay here in your Shavasana, feel free to do so. Oopsie. And a little disaster just happened. Beautiful, beautiful blind Vishnu just walked into the room. Show me one. It's all good. Alright. Then slowly start to wake yourself up. So sorry about that. Make your way all the way into a seated position. And bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes one more time. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And slowly let it out as you exhale. Bring your thumbs in between the eyebrows. Gently lift the gaze to the sky. And slowly bow forward, settling into our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you for being here. That was like a slow little disaster right at the end. My beautiful 16-year-old Vizsla and Labrador mix just walked into the room, knocked over my light and everything. So it's all good. All right, thank you so much for being here. Please leave me any comments, any feedback about the classes. What do you like? What do you guys like to do? And you have a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. Hope to see you very soon. Let me see. Oh, so good to see you all. All right, you guys have a wonderful day and see you next time. Bye.